This is okay. I'll talk about this carbon and its compound of standard 10. Carbon is an element which is present in all the living things. In all the living things, this carbon is present in all the living things. And carbon has the atomic number 6 and atomic mass 12. Carbon has one isotope having atomic mass 14. That's right. So carbon forms so most carbon compounds are poor conductor of electricity, and they have high melting point and this boiling point. And because they forms compounds forming covalent bonds, so they do not form ionic compounds, so they form by covalent bonds. Okay, the atomic number of carbon is 6. So okay, in case of carbon, in the case of carbon, it has 4 electrons in the outermost shell and needs to gain or lose 4 electrons to obtain noble gas configuration. Right, so carbon has 6 atomic numbers, so K cell has 2 electrons, L cell has 4 electrons, so it need to gain 4 electrons or lose 4 electrons to obtain the inert gas configuration. Okay, if it gains 4 electrons, then it will have it will form an ion -4. Okay, but it would be difficult for nucleus to with 6 protons to hold 10 electrons. It is so okay, if it gains 4 electrons, then the number of electrons will become 10, and it will be very difficult for nucleus having 6 positive charges to hold on 10 electrons. So okay, gaining 4 electrons by carbon is not possible. Now if it loses 4 electrons, then it will form C+4 ion, which is also not possible because it requires a large amount of energy to remove 4 electrons, okay, leaving behind a carbon cation with 6 protons in the nucleus holding only just 2 electrons. So okay, so means a carbon cannot form ion by losing or gaining electrons. So how is this overcome by, okay, how is this overcome? So now carbon overcomes this problem by sharing its valence electrons with other atoms of carbon or atoms of other elements. So okay, so yes, so not just carbon but many other elements form molecules by sharing electrons in this manner here now. And so the shared electrons belong to the outer shell of both the atoms and lead to both atoms attaining the noble gas configuration. Okay, so in this way by sharing electrons, okay, the bond form is known as covalent bond. It is okay, and in this case the simplest carbon molecule is in this case the simplest carbon molecule with hydrogen is methane. It is methane. So methane is CH4. CH4 means it has carbon holds 4 electrons. Okay, carbon shares 4 electrons with hydrogen, so forming 8 electrons in the outermost shell, and at the same time this hydrogen has two electrons in the outermost shell. So okay, One more simple molecule is hydrogen, which forms bond by sharing electrons. So the atomic number of hydrogen is 1, therefore it has 1 electron. So two hydrogen electrons share each of their electrons to each other, forming a helium structure. Helium is an inert gas. Now, so they form H2, H2, H2. It is so they forms a molecule. So this is all about the simple explanation how the atoms share electrons and what kind of bond is formed by sharing electrons. Or in the next video, I'll make some more elements having forming covalent bonds. Till then, goodbye.